the last chapter's work of how I was having commenting and conversation going on my Facebook was born the instituteofpeace.org. When I saw that we can use social media for having conversations like this, I thought, why not scale it? Why not, coming from my IT background, everything has to scale, everything has to go to everyone, everything has to be done by everyone, everything has to be taken advantage of everyone. It's like a McDonald's burger, everybody has to try it. So I went to a conference. I had a project called Rehan School, and I was invited to Belfast to speak about it. And I met a gentleman. His name was Lord Rana. He was a lordship in the House of Lords in the UK, and I ended up being friendish with him. And after the event was over, he said, "Why don't you come and stay with us for a few days?" I was like, okay. So then there was this event in Spain, in the Canary Islands. I went there for a few days, and it was a Thai convention. And I called Lord Rana, and he said, well, I'm making a new Institute of Peace, and how can you help us with that? And I Googled and I saw instituteofpeace.org was empty. Before I could even think, I just bought the domain. I was like, this is an interesting domain. And I told Lord Rana, this is available, and I bought it for you, and you can have it. He said, no, I want Lord Rana Institute of Peace.com or something like that. I said, okay, no problem, you can get that. I will keep this one. So I kept it, and I built the Institute of Peace on it, which is an online organization trying to build peace in the world by having more dialogue with people instead of about people. So humanity spends $2 trillion every year, which is $2,000 billion every single year, in arms. But we spend, I don't know, maybe not even a fraction of that in diplomacy of peace. There's 2 countries in the planet out of the 200 which have a ministry of peace. And when I started Insan Party, I wanted to make sure that there is a ministry of peace there, because Pakistan spends majority chunk of its GDP income on arms, on the army. And if there was peace with the neighbors, we could save all that money and spend it on infrastructure for the people. So that's how Institute of Peace was born. And under the umbrella of the Institute of Peace, we started doing some shows, some social media interviews where you can meet a person from a country which you don't like, or from a religion which you don't like, or from a race which you don't like. So basically you do all these interviews, and you publish them on social media so that people can discover them and listen for the first time in their life, like I did, from the horse's mouth directly. So as a Muslim, I was told a lot of things about Israel and Palestine and Palestinian people and Israeli people, but I did not have any friends directly who I have actually spoken with or talked with or have a conversation with or have a cup of tea with or have a meal with or have not been to their house. How can I believe everything which I was fed without ever verifying it? To me, that's wrong, and in the age of the internet, it's totally wrong. And that is what the Institute of Peace is supposed to do, to create opportunities for people from around the world who don't like, who literally hate certain kind of people, to have a conversation with. There's no result required. It's just a conversation. A conversation leads to friendship. A conversation leads to better understanding. Then a better friendship leads to better business opportunities, turning down your guns towards each other, stop saying bad things to each other. So information upgrade can change a human being. It changed me. I was a very different person. And if it can change me, my theory is if all humans are created same, others should be able to do the same. if all humans were judged that nobody can read and write 120 years ago, only a certain kind of people can read and write, and that changed, everybody now can read and write, it's a given. Why can't all people be less angry? Why can't all people be less judgmental? Why can all people live together happily? Have a conversation. Have a conversation. Have a conversation. That's it. That's all it takes. Have a conversation, and you will see all the biases which you have in your head start to slowly fade away. And that's what the Institute of Peace was supposed to do, and it keeps doing, slowly but surely, win the world.